Okay, glad to see you got your video working. Excellent, dude. And I don't mind you asking questions. That's what we're here for. One of the things. But I'm kind of puzzled because you said you went to the website I had linked in the comments section, and then in the same breath you said it wasn't very well documented. Uh, did you and I go to the same website? Because there's like at the table of contents there's all of these links that you can click on that have articles from the newspaper, police reports, um, investigators quotes from what happened that day. What do you mean it's not thoroughly reported on? I mean, I'm not getting more. Did we go to the same website? Now there are some websites on Kelly Hopkinsville or some little rinky-dink page somewhere on the internet, but the link I gave you has just got tons of data. I don't get that. But anyway, I digress. All right. Now you say, well, we don't have an alien body. We don't have their spaceship. No, we don't. But what we do have is the testimony of 11 people, including children. Okay? I could see the adults putting on a feint, okay? A sly trick. But the little kids, because see, when we do, I say we, when you do an investigation of this nature, okay, you talk to the kids separate. Then you talk to the oldest kids. Then you talk to the parents. Okay, that's the way it's done. And they're all separated. Okay, you talk to them, and then you sit down and you say, well, okay, son, what did you see? Okay. And then you go to the other children. Well, what did you see? The teenagers, what have you. Then you go to the adults and you say, well, what did you see? If all the stories match, or at least, and a lot of times you can tell if somebody's shining you on. Okay, if you're streetwise and you've done this sort of thing a lot, you can usually tell pretty much if somebody's shining you on. But the little kids, those are the ones that are important to me, because the three little kids, they have no reason to lie, dude. They have no reason to lie. If they say there's a little gray man poking his head through the window trying to see what's going on inside, you can pretty much take it to the bank. Because they have no reason to lie. But anyway, the thing of it is, if I'm not mistaken, now I'm at the website now, and there's just so much stuff here I don't really have time to go through with it. But I am fairly certain. I'd have to look on here to be darn sure, but I am fairly certain that all of these people submitted to a lie detector test. They were interrogated thoroughly, and by interrogate I don't mean beaten up, okay? I'm talking about, questioned. And see that the website itself says, naturally, initial public opinion was that the whole story was a hoax. If this was the case, several questions must be answered. Why would the Sutton family make up such an incredible claim? They made no money from the story and did not seek any publicity. On the contrary, why would they shoot holes in the walls of their own home, causing thousands of dollars of damage to their own property? Causing a financial drain on the family to repair the damages, when days later they attempted to protect themselves against human invaders walking in number across the fields. Police were helpless. They thought of asking $1 by visitor to get some money to repair all the damages, but almost no trespasser paid. And then when they did try to get a little money to repair their house, then they were labeled as hoaxers because they wanted a little money to repair their house. See, so you can't win, okay? I mean, if you really want to be a real asshole, it doesn't matter what they did, you'll poke holes in their argument, okay? But the truth of the matter is that you have people, you have the entire family as a witness. Okay, so now it's almost irrefutable. Most of the people, when you talk to them, who interviewed them or who arrived at the scene, are convinced that these people were scared shitless. Something definitely got them riled up. And you know, a lot of times you don't need an alien body if you've got a credible witness, if you've got circumstantial data, okay, like say hair follicles from where the guy's hair was pulled out by whatever it was that was up on the roof. You know, stuff such as that. There is certain things that you can do to verify these people's story without having an actual alien body, is what I'm trying to get to you. You understand what I'm telling you? It's one of the most credible UFO stories there is. Because now, and I want to address this too. There's this idiot who posted a website saying that these were barn owls or some shit. Okay? Well, this fool obviously has never lived out in the country and has absolutely no inkling of what barn owls are or how that. Barn owls are not going to assault somebody's house, okay? They're just not. In fact, owls tend to shy away from human beings as it is. So this idea that they were attacked by barn owls, and besides, if you shoot a barn owl, what's going to happen when you shoot a barn owl with shotgun? Feathers is going to go flying everywhere, ain't they? Okay? So, no, it wasn't barn owls. That's the most laughable. I mean, you want to talk about something that's funny? Now that's funny, okay? You know, they were assaulted by 15 barn owls. What? You know, that's nuts. But anyway, no, we don't have a body. We don't have a spaceship. But we have some of the most credible witnesses there ever was. I mean, they were grilled at length over this thing. They've never ever. Smooth move, cat. But anyway, they never ever took any money. They weren't looking for anything, any kind of publicity or anything special. But you know, in my mind, it's one of the most credible stories there are, and I believe conclusively that it lets us know that we are definitely not alone. The Greys are definitely here, and we need to get ready for them. We need to prepare, just in case. Because look, if they're willing to do this at the Kelly Hopkinsville case, they may be willing to do it again in the future. And it wouldn't hurt for us to be prepared, you know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't hurt for us to be prepared, because who's to say what's going to come down the pike? You know? We don't know. And these creatures were wearing body armor because their bullets plinked off of them when they hit them. Okay, so they were wearing body armor. They were wearing small jet packs or some type of anti-grav device that allowed them to float down to the ground after being hit without being hurt. So, you know, they were definitely well protected in some manner. So we've got to be ready. But I think if a little more firepower, say a 5.56 or a 7.62 NATO had been used, it might have penetrated their body armor. I don't know. You know, it's one of those speculation things. But I think we ought to be on our guard. I think now, like this video of the French UFO, I mean, it just hovered over that person's house. I think they might be getting ready to do something, man. I don't know, you know, but just in case they do, we ought to be prepared. It wouldn't hurt.